Hi everyone, it's Suzanne from Life Evolution, your health coach, and I'm back. It's Wednesday again, and I think I'm on Facebook Live, I think number 5, so very exciting. Anyways, I am wanting to talk to you today about the almighty food, sugar, and I'm going to teach you or help you understand three tips that you can use to kick the sugar habit. And sugar's one of those things. We've all heard about it. I think we know, but I'm going to go through kind of what sugar does to us, why it does that to us, how detrimental sugar is to our nation's health, and yours in particular, of course, and your families. And I'm also going to give you 3 tips on how to kick sugar. And it can be done. I've done it, and it can be done. So stay tuned. Anyways, so we have a bit of a health crisis. We have for the last several years. So I'm going to just read you some stats. So in 2015, more than 3.4 million Canadian adults, that's 9.3%, had diabetes. And it's estimated by 2025, there'll be over 5 million Canadian adults with diabetes. And in 2015, there was 5.7 million people, adults, who had pre-diabetes. And it's estimated by 2025 there'll be 6.4 million. Those are staggering numbers. And the percentages are exactly the same in the US. So really interesting that sugar is basically at the crux of the crux of diabetes, and a lot of other diseases, chronic disease that we know about, heart disease, even cancer. So here's what sugar does. When you eat sugar and you really like it, you crave it, because it has very addictive properties. So sugar is actually, so if you think about cocaine or heroin, we've all heard that sugar is more addictive than cocaine. Heroin and cocaine light up one part of our brain for pleasure. Can you guess how many areas sugar lights up in our brain for pleasure, to give us pleasure? The entire brain, all of it. So sugar is much more powerful in giving us pleasure and making us think that we need more and we want more. When you eat sugar, what happens is your blood sugar levels spike. So dopamine is released in the brain, and that's the addiction piece. And then mass insulin is secreted to drop your blood sugar levels. So when your blood sugar levels drop, if you think about maybe your 3 o'clock afternoon needing something, and you have a little something, whether it's a granola bar or a chocolate bar, even just a piece of fruit on its own without any protein to balance it, 20 minutes later, all of a sudden, you're hungry again. You want more. So when your blood sugar drops, your insulin levels are high, and that causes immediate fat storage, which I don't think any of us women want, and I don't think you men want it either. And then our body craves that lost sugar high, and then we want more. So then you eat more, and then 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, you want more. So you can see it's hunger and cravings, hunger and cravings. When our low blood sugar levels cause increased appetite and cravings, and then the cycle just keeps going. It's vicious, around and around and around. So until we actually take the sugar out, or at least some of the sugar out, the really processed sugars out of our diet, that cycle is never going to end. And it's tricky, but imagine if you think about those cravings, maybe those cravings are a message for you to step into a better version of you. It's kind of your wake-up call, your knock-knock saying, hello, I'm going to keep doing this, and it's only temporary, and you could get sick because of all of this. So I'm going to give you 3 tips, and there's tons of tips, don't get me wrong. I could be here probably for an hour or 2. Last week I did my All About Sugar talk, and we went through about 10 or 11 tips on how to curb your sugar cravings. I'm going to give you 3 here, and at the end I'm actually going to post, I'm going to ask you to post actually. If you want to know more, then you can connect with me, and I will make sure that information gets to you. So the other thing I want to let you know is that when you're looking for sugar in foods on the boxes, in the cans, all that processed, boxed, pre-prepared food. Sugar has anywhere, I've read anywhere between 56 to 61 different names. So sometimes finding the sugar when you're trying to read the label can be tricky. So that's something else that if you're interested in, I can definitely help you out with. Understanding how to read those labels so you know what sugar. And there's a lot of processed foods out there now that you will find sugar is very often the number 1 or number 2 or number 3 ingredient. And what that means is that the number 1 ingredient on a label is what there is most of in that box. Number 2 is number 2. Third is the third largest amount of that food or product in the box. So, and very often you'll find with the labels that there's not just one type of sugar, that there is 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of sugar in one food product. And that's really put there. You think to make the food taste better, but I believe that that much sugar is put in there to make you want more of that food, which is what sugar does. So anyways, so here are a few tips, 3 tips that you can use to curb your sugar cravings, or at least get a good start. And the first one is really simple. Drink water. I know, it sounds simple. So very often we will interpret thirst as hunger. So therefore we could interpret a craving as hunger when actually it's more of a dehydration and you need to give yourself water. So if you drink a regular amount of water every day, I drink anywhere from 10 to 20 cups of water a day, and I do a lot of exercise, so that's why I'm usually on the higher end. If you have a craving for something sweet, drink a glass of water and see if that does it, because very often that's all your body's really asking for. You've just interpreted it as wanting food and or sugar. So drinking water is a key one. The second one is kind of fun, I think. You can swap out sugary foods for sweeter vegetables and fruits. So for instance, I have become a passionate lover of the sweet potato. So the sweet potato is a sweeter vegetable, and yes, it is a carbohydrate, but it's a complex carb, so it's slow release. You're not going to get that hit of sugar like you will when you're eating the processed white sugar or processed food that has a lot of that processed sugars in it. So I use sweet potato as the base for my eggs. I use sweet potatoes as even chips. Now I don't go buy sweet potato chips. What I do is I make them. They're not crispy, crunchy, but let me tell you, at 3 o'clock when I want something sweet, and I could really dive into a chocolate bar or a bit of ice cream, I'll have a sweet potato, and it actually curbs my craving. It is sweet and it's delicious. You can do them in the oven. You can slice them, roast them in the oven with a tiny bit of Himalayan or sea salt, and I eat them cold, and they're actually yummy. The other vegetables you can do are pumpkin and even butternut squash. Both have a sweetness to them and actually are lower glycemic than even your sweet potato. You can do berries. Berries are perfect. Strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, even a nice crisp apple that you can just dive into. Now I'm going to tell you, when you're eating fruit, because it still is sugar, but it is sugar from fruit, so it's natural sugar, you want to make sure that you balance it out with a protein, whether it's a couple of nuts with your apple, or an ounce of cheese with your apple, or a little bit of half a cup of Greek yogurt with your berries, just so you balance out that little bit of sugar that your body is getting, and it'll avoid all the spikes. So there's a few swaps that you can make. And the third one that I really like, and I think many of us understand this now. If you remember back in the 70s, there was this huge craze that fat was no good. Everything started going low fat, low fat, low fat this, low fat that, yogurts, chips, chip dip. It was everything around was low fat, and that was the way we thought we needed to eat in order to keep ourselves healthy and maybe even to lose weight. And what it's turned out is what happened is, when you take fat out of something, especially the good fats, you take away the taste. So they had to replace the taste and make sure a product had still good taste, by substituting something. And what did they put in? Sugar. So our low-fat yogurt, if you looked, most of them had a lot of sugar in them. Anything that was low-fat pretty much had sugar or some version of processed sugar. So you need to snuff out all of those low-fat items because so many of them have the sugar in them. A little higher fat, especially when you're talking the good quality fats like of a Greek yogurt, of an avocado, of olive oil. Anything like that are considered good fats. And you want to make sure that you're not eating the low-fat items, especially things like the crackers and the chips and whatnot, because they're loaded with sugar. Even the regular chips are. But snuff out all your low-fat items and go for the good whole foods. That'll really serve you well, and it'll keep you from doing that roller coaster ride with the sugar. There's a couple of other things that I do myself that I thought I would share with you. Because I'm human like the rest of you, and I love my sugar, and I especially love chocolate. And I lost my 70 pounds. I really managed to deal with my sugar without any challenges. And I did it two ways. One is every about 4 months I do a detox, and it's a 3-day detox that I do. It's amazing because it's not one that you get hungry on, and the idea is that it will help kick your cravings. It will help jumpstart a weight loss plan if that's what you'd like to do. It will help reset everything inside of you. So it clears out your liver. So it's by Neolife, and most of you may know that I promote Neolife products because I really believe in them. They're made from whole foods. There are no chemicals, no synthetics, no additives, no junk, pure solid foods. And it's really, they're made to bridge the nutrition gap. The detox plan, the detox kit, I don't know if you can see it here. It's 3 days, and what you do is you eat basically 2 days of straight fruits and vegetables, all you want. There's no limit. We just say no bananas, no mangoes, because those are the sweeter fruits. You also take some supplements. The orange one here is Beta-Guard, and that helps clear out the toxins out of your liver. The little round ones here are garlic, and that's pure garlic, and that helps get rid of any bad bacteria in your gut. And these little brown ones are called Neolax, and it is a bit of a laxative, but all natural, made from food. You don't need to be stuck to the bathroom. Day 2 can be maybe a bit dicey, but you spend 2 days clearing out your system and eating as many fruits and veg as you want, including avocado, a little bit of olive oil, lemon juices, all kinds of fruits. We even have a Facebook page that's dedicated just to the detox to give you all kinds of help. And you drink a lot of water throughout the detox. And then on day 3, the fun part is that you get then to have a shake in the morning. Now, Neolife, this is one of the ways I lost my weight, was with the Neolife shake. It's a protein shake, complete meal replacement, has all 22 amino acids. It has no artificial ingredients, no artificial sugars. It's sweetened with the sweetness of half an apple in each serving. That's it. And the best thing is it tastes really good. Now, the other thing that this product has is the glycemic response control. So we have a lot of diabetics on this shake because it does help balance out your sugar, especially when you start with this as breakfast, and that's what I do every morning. So 3rd day of the detox, you get to have a shake. Let me tell you, it's the best shake you'll ever have. It's very exciting, day 3. So you get to have a shake for breakfast and a shake for lunch. And then you also then start feeding back into your gut all the good gut bacteria. So there's acidophilus, which is our probiotic. So that's one of the tricks that it's not a trick actually, it's one of the tools that I use to kickstart if I've kind of gone on a bit of a sugar binge for a while, or if my eating's been off. I'll do the detox 3 days and you're done. And you tend to lose anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds on an average. But it's not really for the weight loss portion. What you want to do is you want to reset your body so that the cravings are lower. When I finish the detox, I just want more vegetables and I want more fruit. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. So that's kind of one of the tools that I use. That's tool number 4. So I hope that helps. So I'm going to just quickly go over the 3 or the 4. First one is drink water if you want to kick the sugar habit. Number 2 is swap out some of your sweeter items for your sweeter fruits and veggies. your sweet potatoes, your pumpkin, your butternut squash, your berries, your really crisp apples. And number 3 is to snuff out all of those low-fat food items that may be in your cupboard or that maybe you're giving to your kids. Trust me, they will have sugar in them for the most part, and you really want to be careful that you're not feeding your kids that much either. So those are the 3, and then the 4th one that I love as a reset about every 4 months is the Neo-Life Detox. Quick 3 days, and it gives you a huge amount of energy. So that's kind of a little taste on how you can help kick the sugar. There's lots more that I can share with you. As a health coach, one of the things that I love to do is I love to help people connect the brain, the gut, and the heart or the soul, because everything is interconnected. And if we can treat our brain the right way, then it speaks to our gut the right way. And if we can get our heart to sing, we end up being in pretty good shape. So that's something that I help people do as a health coach. I have a 90-day program that I offer to people. But one of the things that I do before we even get into that is I do an hour discovery session with everybody who's thinking about working with me and vice versa. And that is to really help you start understanding why you want to be more healthy, why you want more energy, why you want to lose weight, whatever your goal is. And to kind of show you a few little things that you can do that might be part of the program. And the program is so customized that it's 90 days, so 12 weeks, an hour a week, and the idea is that it will reset things for you and have you being more mindful of how you're eating and how you're treating your body, and also helping you understand your challenges with food and with life, because life and food are completely intertwined. Anyways, I'm going to ask you to put some comments below. Let me know what you thought of this. I'm going to be here every Wednesday around 3:30ish. And would love to connect with you and send you more information, so you can always drop me a line below, and I'll be happy to send you out a bit more information on the sugar. Or if you want to meet for a discovery session, it's free. It's something that I do just to help you understand what you may be looking to do and how I might be able to help you. Anyways, I hope everybody has a really great week. Enjoy this beautiful weather. I'm in Toronto, Mississauga, and the weather here has been amazing. Summer has come back. So I was saying a few weeks ago that September is the new July, so it seems to be happening right now. So enjoy the weather. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy implementing those 3 tips, and please leave some comments below. Let me know if I can help you with anything else. Thanks. See you next Wednesday.